A long time after Gideon, the Israelites once again forgot God, so God let their enemies, the Philistines, rule over them. But God also had a plan to raise a very strong man who would begin to save his people. Do you know who this mighty man was? This is his story. This is Samson and Delilah. Samson, long ago, before there were kings in Israel, a couple lived in the hill country of Ephraim. They were an old married couple, and they really wanted to have children. But for many years, they remained childless. One day, an angel appeared to them and said, "You will have a son. He must never drink wine or eat unclean food and never cut his hair, because he will be a Nazirite set apart for God. Through him, God will begin to rescue Israel from the Philistines." And just as God said, a baby boy was born. They named him Samson. The parents knew that Samson was a special child chosen by God. As Samson grew, God gave him incredible strength. Once when Samson was young, he went for a walk in the fields. Suddenly, a lion came roaring at him. But Samson grabbed it with his bare hands and tore it apart. Another time, Samson fought a group of 1,000 Philistine soldiers, and with only the jawbone of a donkey, he defeated them all. He was stronger than any man alive. The Philistines feared him. They tried many times to capture him, but Samson was always too strong for them. One day, Samson met a beautiful woman named Delilah. She lived in the city of Sorek, which was ruled by the Philistines. Soon he fell in love with her, but there was a problem. You see, Delilah lived among the enemies of Israel, the Philistines, and Samson should not have been there. At that time, the rulers of the Philistines were furious with Samson. They had tried many times to kill him, but they couldn't. Now, if they could only find the secret of Samson's great strength, then they could finally defeat him. They went to Delilah and said, "Find out the secret of Samson's great strength. How can we beat him? If you do, we will give you lots of silver." Delilah agreed. She thought to herself, "I will get both Samson and the silver." So she went to Samson and said, "Look, my love, you are a judge in Israel. Why do you continue to live among the Philistines? Why don't you come to live in Israel, where you belong?" Samson said, "I love you. That is why I want to live in Philistia. You must understand that I cannot go back to Israel without you." Delilah replied, "Well then, please tell me the secret of your great strength. How can you be tied up and made weak? Then I can protect you from the Philistines." Samson knew that Delilah wanted to get the silver from the Philistines. At first, he didn't want to tell her the truth. He was afraid she would betray him. So he lied and said, "If I am tied with fresh bowstrings, I will be weak." So that night, while Samson slept, Delilah tied him up with bowstrings. Then she went quickly and got some men from the city. She came running back and shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are here." Samson woke up and found himself tied with bowstrings. He struggled a little, then suddenly realized it was only a test. He was still strong. With a quick jerk, he snapped the bowstrings like threads. Delilah cried, "Oh no, my love, how can I ever keep you safe? Please tell me the secret of your strength." "Maybe I can find another way to protect you," Samson said. "Oh, all right, I guess there is nothing to fear. It was just a dream. You see, if I am tied with new ropes, I will be weak." So Delilah tied him with new ropes. Then again, she shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are here." And again, he broke the ropes like nothing. A third time, she begged him, "Please, Samson, tell me the secret of your strength." "Maybe if I know, I can help you," Samson said. "If you weave my hair into the loom, I will be weak." So she wove 7 locks of his hair into the fabric. But even after he slept, Samson broke free and ran away. Delilah kept bothering him day after day. Finally, Samson grew tired and told her the truth. "My strength is from God. No razor has ever touched my head. If my hair is cut, I will lose my strength." Delilah was so excited. Now she knew the secret. That night, while Samson slept, Delilah called a man to cut off his 7 locks of hair. She shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are here." Samson woke up, but this time his strength was gone. The Philistines captured him. They took him to Gaza, where they gouged out his eyes and made him grind grain in prison. They treated him very badly, but Samson did not regret what he had done. He knew that his hair would grow back and that one day he would be strong again. Meanwhile, Samson worked in prison and his hair began to grow again. Soon, it became longer than before. One day, the Philistines gathered in a huge temple to celebrate their god, Dagon. They brought Samson out to mock him. They led him to the entrance of the temple. At that time, the temple was filled with thousands of Philistines. Samson stood between 2 pillars that held up the roof. He prayed, "O Lord, remember me. Give me strength one last time, so I may defeat the enemies of your people." God answered his prayer. Samson strained every muscle in his body and pushed with all his might. The 2 pillars that held up the roof were made of solid cedar wood. But as Samson pushed, the wood cracked. It split apart and the entire roof came crashing down. Thousands of Philistines were killed. Samson also died that day, but God used him to begin saving Israel from the Philistines. Now, the Bible tells us that during Samson's time, Israel was delivered from its enemies. His tomb was located near the tomb of Jacob and Joseph in the cave of Machpelah. After Samson, a period of peace came over Israel. They did not have any more judges until the time of Samuel. Lesson 1. Samson was a very strong man, but his true power came from God. When he put his trust in God, God gave him incredible strength. Lesson 2. Samson was not a perfect man. In fact, the Bible calls him a man of Israel, meaning he was an ordinary person just like you and me. He made mistakes, but he trusted God, and when he turned back to God, God forgave him and helped him again. Lesson 3. God can use anyone for his purpose. It doesn't matter what we look like or how old we are. All that matters is that we love God and obey his voice. Do you love watching action movies? Who is your favorite superhero? Do you think you're strong? What do you think is the secret of Samson's great strength? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked this video, press the like button. It really helps us out. Subscribe to our channel and watch more videos about the amazing stories from the Bible. Thanks for watching and see you next time.